your girl Kane. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all already know when y'all see me sitting here, it's another story time. What else is it gonna be? It's gonna be vlogs pretty soon. Y'all already know I gotta talk to my family members, subscribers every time I start my videos, because without y'all, it's just dull. You know what I'm saying? It's no motion. It's no motion here. So I want to thank all my subscribers, all of my family members. If y'all watch the previous videos, y'all already know when you come into this channel, you automatically become somebody to the king. Cousin, aunt, uncle, sister, brother, whatever it is that you want to be for this journey. You want to journey with me. We're on a road trip to 2K. We on this tour bus right now to 2K subscribers / family members. You seen that title, and that's why you clicked on this video. This video is a funny video. I know I've been dropping some sad videos lately, but I wanted to get those out of the way, step away from the relationship videos for a little while, and give y'all some tea on when I was outside again with my friends. So y'all, my mother watches my videos. My mother is gonna see this. But I'm a full adult now, so it's fine. It's fine. But I know she's gonna be like, so y'all, this is 2 story times in one. This story time, the first one, took place in the state of New York, in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Brownsville. So y'all, hanging out with my friends. Y'all know every time me and my friends is together, we doing something crazy. It never fails. We doing some crazy ish, y'all. It never fails. It was never a dull moment with my friends. We always was doing something, experimenting or doing something crazy. But that's life. That's how you live life. I had somebody comment and was like, you need better friends because why would y'all this and why would y'all that? Because honey, we were young and we were living our motherfucking life. And we wasn't going back and forth with nobody. Okay? So that's why we are who we are today. It's called life. You given life to live it. Not to be sitting on the porch in a rocking chair looking at somebody else off the porch. But any hoot. So you already know, Maribel, Tika, Tangi, and Renee is in this story time. And we have a new character. We're just going to call her Juliana. Okay? So this is like my early 20s. Like really, really early 20s. Maybe 21, 22. I think I had just... age 21, because I just moved into my apartment, y'all. So, I think I told y'all I used to party very heavy. I used to party hard, like hard. I'm talking about go to the club, straight from the club, running to work, okay? Or running to school, because I was in college, and I was working, and I was partying. I was living in life, and I had my own spot. I'm living in life, okay? So... me and Tangi had went to the same school. We had went to Kingsborough Community College. That is in Brooklyn. I think Sheepshead Bay, somewhere in that area. Well, I called it Little Russia because it was like a lot of Russian and Albanians. That's just what I called it. But this is the school that we were going to at the time. And Tangi used to hang out with this group of people. They were like from the island. They were stoners. I'm just call them stoners because you know they used to call the marijuana ganja. Okay, so y'all know what type of people she was hanging around. So one particular day, Tangi comes to the house. Tangi had a car, so some days she would pick me up from my house and we would drive to the school, or I would just take the train and the bus to school and I would just meet her there. So y'all, Tangi comes to my house. She's like,
Kane, I don't feel like going to school today. Let's skip school.
So I'm just like, and do what? Skip school and do what? So y'all, I actually was feeling going to school. I was feeling it. I had made some more friends on top of the friends that I had. Y'all know I'm young, so it was a lot of wiggers at the school, and you know, I was checking the wiggers out. I ain't gonna lie. I tell you, this is a transparent channel. I ain't gonna lie. It was wiggers at that school, wiggers galore. Okay, so I was feeling the college life. You know, I'm like, I was in a sorority and everything. I'm just like, yeah, like bring it on. I'm not missing a day. Missing a day for what? This is you know how. So I'm looking at Tangy. I'm like, you're not going to school. All right, well you can drop me off at the school building, and then you can just go to the roundabout and leave. You don't even got to go inside the gate. You know. So she's like,
I thought you was gonna chill with me. Like I thought you was, I thought you was gonna spend the day with me.
I'm just like, spend the day and do what? What's more important than going to school, spending the tuition, and looking at wiggers that look better than my wigger? You know, at the time, that's how I'm thinking. So she's just like,
Well, I met this guy, and I feel like I think you would like his friend.
Tangy used to always try and hook me up with somebody all the time. It never failed, y'all. Like, because I told y'all, they didn't like Richard and Richard didn't like them. So Tangy used to always try and hook me up with somebody. It never failed. So I was just like, nah. Because every time y'all meet wiggers, like y'all meet a wigger on the corner and y'all is buddy buddy with this wigger and don't even be knowing the person. It sounds better. I had to turn the air cleaner off. So I'm just like, I don't know. Give me a backstory on where you met this wigger at. Where you met the wigger? Where did you meet this wigger at? Let me know. So y'all, she comes off and was like,
I met him on MySpace. He's pretty cool. I think you would like him. His friends is cool. Yeah, definitely gonna get along because they're Panamanian and they got this, they got that.
blah blah blah. So I'm just like, you've been around Renee too long. You've been around Renee for a little too long. I think you need to start hanging back out with us as a whole group and stop hanging around Renee just by yourself. Because, like, you know, y'all see from the Miami story, Renee's a gold digger. Once again, she's a gold digger. She's still a gold digger at a grown adult age. And everything that comes to Renee's mind is how to beat a wig in the head and take his bread. So I'm just like, I don't know, Tangy, but it's not sounding appealing to me. I still want to go to school. This is what I'm telling her. So she gets on the phone and she's in the group chat. Like, I'm not standing there, y'all. She's in the group chat and she's texting the other ones, Maribel and Tika and Renee, because Renee was in this group chat at this time. She's like, y'all, I'm at Kane's house. I'm trying to play hooky. Kane don't want to play hooky. So Maribel is like, play hooky? Like, are we still in high school? So Tangy was like, not play hooky, like, I'm trying to have a chill day. A chill day. I met these wiggers. I want y'all to meet the wiggers. I think y'all like them. Maribel instantly says, no thanks. And she wrote it in caps. Tika comes in the chat and was like, wiggers, where they at? So Renee was like, yeah, from where? Where you met them at? So I'm reading it because I'm standing there, I'm reading it, and I'm just like, I wrote in the group chat, I'm going to school. So Renee was like, you only live once. Okay, that's fine. And I won't be going to this excursion. Not doing it. So y'all, I ended up going to school. Tangy got mad. I don't care. Tangy dropped me off at the train station. She didn't take me to school. She dropped me off at the train station. I ended up going to school. The next day, I don't think I had school on my schedule. So this was even worse. Tangy and Renee comes to my house. Renee is just all wild up. She's like,
yeah, I hung out with Tangy yesterday and I met the wiggers. Them wiggers is mad cool. You missed out, Kane.
So Tangy is just like,
well, they want to hang out again today. Like, they want to hang out again today.
So I'm just like, I don't know who these wiggers are. I'm good. Like I promise you, I'm good. So y'all, we ended up going to hang out with the Wiggers. Okay. The only reason why I went was because I had asked Tangi to take me to this restaurant so I can get some food. After I picked my food up, I was swindled. Tangi was like she's going to her stop at her house to pick something up, but she went by her past her house, and we ended up in Vanderveer houses. If anybody is from Brooklyn, y'all know about Vanderveer houses. So we end up in Vanderveer projects, houses, whatever you want to call it, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, what are we? I'm in the back seat. What are we doing here? Tangi's like,
this is where the Wiggins live at.
I'm just like, yo, like I literally just said I don't want to hang out with them. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're about. I don't know anything. Like, I mean, I know back in the days, Vanderveer was, something else. Okay, so I'm just like you just really don't fucking listen. Like, I don't understand. Like, you started turning to Tika. So y'all, I'm just like, I'm gonna sit in the back seat and eat my food. So Renee's like, so you're not coming upstairs? I'm like, nah, because I don't know who these dudes are. I don't. So they leave. I'm in the back seat eating my food. Okay, I had my, it was some food from the Jamaican spot. So I had my oxtails. This is when I'm eating meat. I had my oxtails. I had a beef patty on the side. I had the rice and peas with the plantain, like, and my iced tea. I'm in the back seat chowing down. There's a knock on the window, the back window where I'm sitting at. So I look to the window, and it's Tika and it's Maribel. So I open up the door, and I'm like, what are y'all doing here? Maribel's like,
you know that we was ambushed to come over here.
So I'm like, ambushed, and she's
like, yeah, you didn't see it in the group chat.
So I'm like, nah, I wasn't paying my phone no attention at all, so I didn't see it. So we go up to this house, okay? This is after I ate my food. We go up to the apartment. This apartment is filthy. I mean, filthy. It's Wiggers in the whole entire apartment. I think Renee and Tangi were like the only girls in there. Like, they were the only girls in there. So some guy had opened up the door. Some guy, and he had these long, thick locks, and it was just like coming across on one side, like, and he had his head like this because I guess it was heavy. I don't know. So he's like,
yeah, come in.
So we walk in, and there's this guy sitting at the table, and he's rubbing on Renee's leg. Like, Renee had her leg on, she had her leg on his lap, and he was rubbing on her leg. So we're going to call this guy Lavelle. So Lavelle is rubbing on Renee's leg. So Renee is like, yeah, this is my boo Lavelle. These my girls. These my homies. That's Kane. That's Maribel. That's Tika. So I instantly start laughing because I'm just like, you just met these motherfuckers. Like, what are you talking about? This your boo. This your boo. Like, what is wrong with y'all? So I'm laughing. I start laughing. So Lavelle looks at me. He's like,
what's wrong, Shorty? You good?
I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm laughing at my friend. So Renee is like, why are you laughing at me? So I'm like, you just you're a piece of artwork. Like, that's what it said. So Lavelle is like,
yeah, she's beautiful, isn't she?
I'm like, yeah, beautiful and a piece of artwork. Because that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant when I said that. So y'all, there's like piles of marijuana on the table, like little mountains on the table. And there was like, I guess it was different flavors because the guy is, we're going to call this other guy Dread. And I'm going to say Dread because he had this big ass dread with his head to the side. Y'all get what I'm saying. So Dread is like,
y'all smoke, y'all ladies smoke. What flavor y'all want? We got the flavors.
So I'm like, nah, I don't smoke. Maribel is like,
I've smoked a few times, but I'm not trying to smoke today.
Tika's like, yeah, I smoke. I smoke. Tangi's already rolling up a blunt. So Tangi's like, Maribel, since when you don't smoke? So Maribel looks at Tangi like, Maribel sends a text to my phone and she's like, I'm not smoking any of this weed because I don't know who these wiggers are. I don't know what they put on their weed. So I agree. I'm not a weed smoker. Never was. But I do agree. A lot of people do be spiking their smoke with stuff, like woos and all that. So yeah, we're not trying to mess around like that. So Tika goes and she's talking to Dredd, and Dredd is showing her around the table like this is a museum. He's showing her around the table, and he's mixing like 2 or 3 different buds, and he's rolling it up for her. So she's like,
oh my God, this is epic. I never had something like this before.
So Dredd is looking at us. He's looking at me and Maribel. He's like,
y'all don't smoke at all? Like, what do y'all do for fun?
I'm like, club, work, school. So Dredd was like,
seriously, like, what do you do for fun?
So I'm like, I have fun. Because I don't smoke marijuana does not mean that I'm not having fun. Like, what are you talking about? So he's like,
well, I was just saying, like, something to add to your fun, like, spice your fun up.
So y'all. They're all smoking. The house is becoming smoky. I forgot to add too that this house didn't have any furniture. It was only a dinette table with the piles of marijuana. It was a chair, something like this, and this is what Lavelle was sitting in. And Renee was sitting on a crate. Tangi was sitting on a crate. It was just a bunch of milk crates. So Dredd is like,
let me go get y'all some seats. Let me get y'all some seats.
This is how I remember it. He goes to the back. He comes back. He's got 2 more milk crates, y'all. So Maribel is like, and she looks at me like, so I'm like, I'm not staying long because, I got some food in the car that I was eating. I only just came upstairs just to see if they was good. So Renee is like, Kane, don't start that old lady You and Maribel, don't start that old lady So I'm like, I'm dead ass. I'm really got food in the car. Y'all took me to go get the food. I didn't finish eating the food. I did finish eating the food, y'all, but come on now. What do you have us at? Where do you have us at? What is this? The floor was filthy. Like the floor like it had not been mopped in years. It was no furniture. We sitting on milk crates. The house is smoked out. Like it was literally a hot box. And y'all are like, this is fun to y'all? So there's a knock on the door. Dredd gets up from the crate that he was sitting on. And y'all, this crate, Dredd was like a heavy dude. He was very stocky. And he was probably like maybe 6'3" or 6'4". So he was big. Maybe like 250 pounds. He was big. So this milk crate was struggling. Like he's sitting on this milk crate and it's like, you can see the back part, how is down, okay? I just had to mention that. But he gets up from the milk crate and he goes to the door. And it's the Spanish girl at the door. So she comes in. So we're like, hey, like, we just looking at her, So Dredd is like,
this is Juliana, this is Lavelle, and this is Lavelle's company. I'm getting to know them.
So she was like,
oh, okay. So where's my boyfriend at?
So Dredd was like,
your boyfriend ain't here yet, but he's on his way.
So she's like,
oh, okay.
So she comes in and Dredd goes to the back, comes back with another milk crate. Like, where the fuck are you getting these milk crates from? I'm confused. All right. She sits down in the milk crate. As soon as she sits down, there's a key in the door. There's this guy coming in, this tall, dark-skinned guy. Very, very skinny, y'all. I mean skinny. Dark skin, and he had waves. So he comes in, Juliana gets up like, oh, this my babe. So they start kissing or whatever, hugging and all that. And let's just call this boy Antoine. So Antoine is like, he's looking at us. So Tangi was like, "Hi, I'm Tangi." He's like,
I'm Antoine, but you call me Twan.
and Renee was like booed up with Lavelle, so they didn't really say much. So Dread is like,
This is
and I'm like, Kane. And Maribel was like,
Maribel. Like, how many times you gonna ask us our name? You don't remember our name?
so he's like,
you. I got me 12 brain. Like I don't even remember. I don't remember.
so Juliana and Antoine, they go to the back. Y'all, once again, they got busy in the room, okay? And I just said to y'all, it was no furniture in the house. No furniture whatsoever, no beds or anything. So they were in the back getting busy because we can hear it. So Maribel is like,
I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to be here.
like she just stood up. She's like,
I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here. I'm uncomfortable.
and I guess it was because of them in the back. They were extremely loud. So Dredd is like,
Oh, don't let them fuck up today, baby. Don't let them fuck up today, baby. And you know, I'm really attracted to you. I love me some Boricuas. I love me some Boricuas.
so Maribel is like,
First of all, you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my time with you.
like, she like,
Kane, you wanna go? We can go half on a cab.
I'm like, all right. So Dredd is like,
But let me give you a parting gift. Let me give you a parting gift.
so Tangi like, y'all really gonna leave? Like, y'all just some party poopers. So I'm like, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be here. You know, I got asthma. I don't want to be here. So Tangi is just like, Tangi jumps up and she comes over to us because we're standing near the door now. Tangi is like, y'all always doing this. You always want to party poop. Like, please, come on, come on. Like, they mad cool. You just got to get to know them. They are cool. I promise you. Like, this is like my second or third time hanging with them. So Maribel is just like,
All right, 10 minutes.
so Tangi was like, 10 minutes. She was like,
10 minutes.
so Tangi was like, 20. Maribel said,
15.
she said, all right, that's fine. So we go and we sit back on the crates. And y'all, the parting gift, Dred was giving us some little buds to take as a parting gift. So Dred has rolled up another blunt. Tika's having a ball because Tika was a serious marijuana smoker. She's sitting there on her crate, she's smoking, and Dred takes a pull and he puts the blunt in my face, and I'm like, nah, I don't smoke. He's like,
You don't smoke.
I'm like, no, I just told you that. Like, what is wrong with you? You forgot our name every other second, and now you forgot I just said I don't smoke. So he looks at Maribel. Maribel was like,
I smoke, but where did you get this from? Like, is it grown, homegrown? Where did you buy it from?
like Maribel's is, you know, to give him 21 questions about the buds. So Dredd says,
We get it from, you know, a connect. We have a connect where we get it from. Trust me, it's safe. Like I'm a big marijuana smoker. I would never tamper and taint anybody's marijuana. I don't play that. Like my brother got hurt, you know, from his marijuana blunt being tapped on, and ever since that, it was laced, and I don't play that.
so Maribel is like, and then she looks over at me, and I'm looking at Dredd. So Dredd is like,
Come on, just one pull.
so I'm just like, y'all, if peer pressure was a person, it was Dredd, it was Renee, it was Tangi, okay, and Lavelle. It was all of them. If peer pressure was a person. So Maribel takes the blunt and she takes like a small pull of the blunt. And She hands it back to Dread. Dread takes it and hands it to me. So I'm like, I'm good. Dread is like,
Like, come on. Everybody didn't have a pool except King. You gotta have a pool. And I remember your name.
so y'all, I took the blunt and I took a pull. I took a small pull. I feel so scared saying that because my mother watching this. But I took a pull of the blunt and I think I coughed a little bit because y'all know I told you I have asthma, so I coughed a little bit. And Dread is like,
Don't worry about the cough. The cough means you're chiefing.
so I'm like, and Maribel is like, tastes pretty good. So Dread is like,
You want another pool?
Maribel's like, yeah. So he hands her the blunt. So now Maribel has become, and she's talking to Dread, still on the, defensive side, but she's talking to Dread, and we're conversating. I didn't take any more pulls, y'all, because it started hitting me. Like that one pull started hitting me. 15 minutes has come. Maribel was very serious. 15 minutes has came, and we're getting up to leave. Tangy jumps up again, because obviously she's not ready to leave. She's like, "Oh, Lavelle said he was on Lavelle said he was gonna hook me up with one of his homies. I wanted to meet his homie. Do y'all mind staying for like another 10 minutes?" So Maribel was like,
You can stay. You here with Renee. And I'm quite sure Tika might stay because look at Tika.
like Tika was in the corner talking to Dread, like touching on his hair. His hair looked very disgusting, by the way. Like it was just one big ass dread. Like, so Tika's over there talking to Dread. So I'm like, you don't need us here. Like we can leave. She's like, oh, I just feel bad if all my girls was here, So I'm just like, I don't want to stay. Like I don't want to stay. So y'all, Antoine and Juliana come out of the room and they're coming into the kitchen. So we're all looking at them like, I'm looking because I'm just like, it's no furniture in this house. It's no furniture in this house. I know that it's no furniture in here. I even went to the bathroom, y'all, and I saw for a fact there was no bed inside the room. It's just a bunch of crates, like a bunch of milk crates inside that room. So she comes out. She's going to roll up a blunt. She's talking to Renee and she's talking to Tangy. So I write in the group chat, you have an extra female here. You don't need us here. You're good. You're Gucci. So I'm like, Tika, are you staying? Tika's like, yeah, I'm going to ride with them. So me and Maribel left, y'all. We left. Maribel goes home. I go home. Okay. So I'm fast forwarding the story. This is the weekend now. Okay. I didn't have class on the weekend. Maribel comes to the group chat and she's like, I have a headache. I say, yeah, me too. So y'all, when I took a pull from that blunt, it gave me a headache. I felt a little, I don't even know how to describe it. I felt a little weird, okay? But I didn't pull enough to get a full effect, if y'all get what I'm saying. So here is where I get to the full effect. Tangy and Tika and Renee, they show up to my house and they come with this girl Juliana. Y'all know how I feel about having guests in my house, especially people I don't know. So when they come to the door, they're coming in and I'm like, I'm looking. So I'm looking at Renee and Tangy. So Tangy was like, oh, you remember Juliana from yesterday? And I'm like, yeah, I remember her. We're vibing. They're rolling up blunts. They had bottles of liquor. I'm just sitting there. I'm just looking at them. It's just like, why are you hanging out with this girl? Number one, why did you bring this girl to my house? This is is like my main concern. Okay, I really didn't. I wasn't caring about anything else. I'm just, like y'all really vibing with Shorty. Y'all don't even know her, and then you bring her to my house. So the girl goes in her bag, and she's like,
I have some edibles. Y'all want edibles?
Tika's like,
edibles. Let me see.
So she pulls out like this huge Ziploc bag, and it looks like candy. It looks like gummy bears. It's lollipops. It looked like little Tootsie Rolls. It's just like it's candy. So Maribel is like,
where did you get those edibles from?
So she's like,
I have a friend that makes them. Like, he makes them and I sell them.
So I'm like, so you want us to buy it? And she's like,
you don't have to, but if y'all want to taste it, like try it out, and if you like it, then you can buy a bulk. I have a bunch of bags in the car.
So we're looking into the bag. We're looking through the bag. So I'm like, what's the edibles infused with? Like, what is it? She's like,
it's THC, marijuana.
So I'm like, all right. She's like, do you want to try one? And I'm like, I guess. This is my first time taking edibles. So I take a gummy bear. Maribel takes a lollipop. Tangi takes a lollipop. And I think Renee didn't take any. So Tika is like,
let's all eat it at one time. Like, let's do it together.
So we all unravel the candies and we put the candies in our mouth. And I'm just like chewing up mines. So I'm like, how long does it take to take effect? So Juliana is like,
it's kind of potent, so it should start any minute now. You probably feel it. It depends on you.
Like that. So I'm like, so y'all, Tika has finished with her candy. She's sitting in a corner and she stands up and says,
y'all don't move.
So I look over at her. I'm like, what you talking about? She's like,
I don't know. I feel like the floor is like moving.
Maribel is like,
what was in her candy?
Like, this is what she's asking Juliana. So Juliana is like,
everybody's candy is made with the same thing.
So Maribel starts laughing. And then I start laughing. Like, y'all, we laughed and laughed and laughed. It was just, it was crazy. Like, I mean, nonstop laughter. I could not stop laughing. Like, my rib cage hurt. That's how hard I was laughing and could not stop. We all were in there laughing. Like, so Richard shows up to my house. Richard comes in and he's standing there and we all are looking at him like, and we just bust out laughing. Every last one of us. Just laughing, like could not stop laughing. Tika was standing on the chair and just laughing, like standing on the chair just laughing. And Richard is like,
what the fuck y'all laughing at? What's so fucking funny?
But he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know that we had edibles or whatever. But we couldn't stop laughing. We could not stop laughing. So Juliana is like,
y'all want another one?
And Richard is like,
another one of what? What y'all doing?
So Maribel was like,
you can get the fuck out. Get out.
Richard is like,
this ain't even your house to be telling me to get out. Like, who the fuck you think you talking to?
So I'm like, Richard. And he goes,
Kane.
And I start laughing. Like, I just bust out laughing, y'all. This man got mad and he left. We were laughing because we were high off the edibles. Okay, we were toast. So Juliana rolls up a blunt and everybody is smoking except me. So Juliana is like, I'm telling her like, I'm asthmatic. I'm not even really supposed to be around this. She's
like, oh, it's good for your asthma. Just try it.
so Tika was like, she tried it with Dre. So I was like, yeah, I did, but I didn't pull, y'all. Like I just handed it to them. But this time I tried it. God, my okay. This was years ago. I was young and stupid. I hit the pull. I took the pull, y'all. And boy, oh boy, I mean, I felt like I was the originator of Roblox. That's how I felt. Like I want to say floating. It felt like my heart was on the outside and it was just beating. I had sat down in my little couch chair and I felt like the chair was made of like foam and I was just in it and like the chair was just sucking me up. I put my hands on my lap, and when I took my hands off, I felt like I saw my handprints, like my legs was gummy. This is the effect it was taking on me, y'all. Like I was just like, and then I start laughing. So I'm laughing, tweaking, laughing, tweaking. I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me. This is not for me, okay? They're laughing because they ate, the edibles or whatever. But that, it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. It was crazy. So, y'all, Renee and Tangi tried to get into the business with Juliana selling the edibles, and it didn't work because the guy Lavelle was eating up the edibles that Renee had. And Juliana and Tangi ended up getting into a fight at the apartment. It was crazy. They ended up getting into a fight at the apartment. Renee got mad at me and Maribel and Tika because we didn't come to the house to help them fight. We had nothing to do with that, okay? We understand we are all best friends, but it's just like, I'm in school. Maribel was at work. I don't know what Tika was doing at the current time, but it's just like, you want us to Superman. You want us to Superman that hole, basically. You want us to leave school. You want to leave school, Kingsborough Community College. You want Maribel to leave work. Maribel was working in Bushwick. Like, we all spread it out at this current moment when y'all having this little, downfall or whatever. So I'm just like, bro, come on now. So Renee called herself not speaking to us for like a month because we didn't show up to Vanderveer houses, to that filthy ass apartment, to help her fight Juliana. It was just crazy, y'all. It was crazy. So that was my first experience with marijuana edibles and marijuana. The second experience was in ATL. I'm I'm up there in adult age, y'all. Okay, and this was with a close friend of mine. She's a sister of mine now. I'm gonna call her Dominique. Okay, so this is a part of the Jarrell era. We're not in the Jarrell era yet, but I'm telling this story with this one because it's about the marijuana edibles. So me and Jarrell had started a edible candy. We started a little tasty shop. Okay, so I was creating butter and things of that nature for the tasty shop. And I was becoming. I was getting on cloud nine while I was creating these butters. It was wild, y'all. I would start laughing, like I would just start laughing. I was on contact cloud nine from making these sticks of butters because I was selling sticks of butters also for the tasty shop. And one day we created some cookies, chocolate chip cookies. I didn't know if I was doing it right. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know what I was doing, but I made the cookies. I made pans and pans of cookies. We went to Jarrell's siblings' house, and we were trying to sell the cookies at the house because they had like a little get together. Some people were buying the cookies, and some people just wanted to eat the cookies for free and not buy them. We gave like little taste tests. So me and Dominique is sitting on the couch, and Dominique is like,
The cookies is good. Like the cookies is mad good.
so I'm like, yeah, I know. But I'm like, it's kind of weak because I had 2 cookies already and I don't feel anything. I'm trying to get that feeling that I got when Juliana gave me that candy. I just kept remembering that, like, okay, I don't have that same feeling that I had from the candy because I'm telling Dominique about the candy. So Dominique was like,
It's probably the marijuana is just weak. The trees are weak. It's probably the trees is weak.
so y'all, we're at this sibling's house for some hours. It's late at night. Like the get together is still going. The kickback's still going. Dominique comes to the couch and she's got the pan. She's like,
This is all that's left.
so it was like one big pan. So Jarrell comes and Jarrell was like,
I sold the other pans. Like I just sold one whole pan.
and he hands me the money. So I'm like, oh, dope. So I'm like, we got one pan left. He like,
Yeah, we just gonna keep those. But I sold 2 whole pans and then separate cook.
so y'all, we did make we made a few dollars that night. We did good. But me and Dominique is sitting on this couch and we're gossiping. We're talking about wiggers. We're talking about our wiggers. We're just talking about life and just chomping down on these cookies. Just, I guess, forgetting that these cookies were spiked. And we're just eating them. So an hour goes by and I'm just on this couch and I'm like, yo, like I could not, I don't know what the fuck was going on. So Dominique is like, she like,
Bro. Do you feel weird?
so I'm like, yeah. Jarrell comes to the living room and Jarrell is like,
Do y'all got any more of the cookies?
and Dominique was like,
No, we ate it all.
Jarrell said,
Y'all ate the whole entire pan?
it was probably like 30 cookies on that pan, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. So, I said, yeah, we ate them all. Jarrell was like,
Those is not regular fucking cookies, King. Like, you made the cookies. You forgot?
so I'm just like, and I'm looking at Dominique and I just bust out laughing. Dominique starts laughing. Jarrell said,
Yo, these motherfuckers is high. They ate the whole pan of cookies.
this is what Jarrell is saying to his brother. So his brother is like,
Yo, deadass ate a whole pan of cookies?
y'all, like, we really forgot that these cookies were spiked. We forgot. Like, I felt like the cookies is weak, but I was wrong. So now it's probably like 2 a.m. This is an ATL. So ATL streets around midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. It's kind of like ghost town. It's really nobody outside. Jarrell comes over and he's like, Jarrell comes back to the living room. He's like,
How do you feel right now, King?
so I'm like, I feel alright. I was lying. So he's like, do you want me to drive or you want to drive? I'm like, nah, I'm going to drive. Because Jarrell was drinking. So I'm like, nah, it's no way. So the neighbor that was at the little get together, she's like, why don't I just leave your car parked here and just take an Uber? Because we literally lived about 6 minutes away. So in my head, I'm like, I could make it. I could make it. I'm not drunk. Okay, like I can see. So we get into the car. We had a little blue race car with a little Chevy. Okay, so 2-door Chevy, and we gets in the car, and I'm just sitting there. So Jarella's like, and I'm like, I'm holding on to the steering wheel, like, so I'm like, why is it not moving? Jarella's like,
You have to start the car, King. Let's just take a Uber.
so I'm like, no. I knew I had to start the car. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I knew I had to start the car.
I'm ready to start the car.
So I starts the car. I backs out, and I'm driving. When I get to the street, y'all, in my head, I feel like I'm doing like 60, 55, 60. This is what in my head, because this car was moving fast in my head. Jarrell is just like,
King.
so I'm like, what? He's like,
Do you want to drive? Like, what's wrong with you? You're not even driving. You gonna get us pulled over, and we're gonna go to jail.
so I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like,
You doing like 5 or 10. Like, this car's barely moving.
but y'all, in my head, the car was, I told you it was a little race car, okay? Like a little, I know them Chevys is fast, because I'm telling you, boy, you couldn't tell me. I worked for NASCAR when I had that car. You could not tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was a NASCAR driver in that motherfucker. So, in my mind, I'm hitting it. I'm doing it. I'm past the speed limit in my head. So I'm just like, I looked at Jarrell, I'm like, so you telling me this car ain't moving? This car moving. Jarrell is like,
This motherfucking car is not moving. You doing like 10.
so, y'all, we ended up getting home. We got home maybe in like 30 minutes. It took a minute because this wigger said I was doing 5 and 10 miles per hour, but in my mind I was doing 55, 60. So when we get to the house, y'all, my cat Salem, God bless her soul, she's sitting on the table. And I'm just staring at her. She's staring at me like, and I'm like, this cat eyes, this is what I saw, y'all, and I remember this very vividly. She was all black, and she had a mustache. She was a mustache tuxedo cat, but her mustache was a bow tie. It was a white bow tie, and then she had a white piece here. You know, white piece here like a priest. But her eyes were gold. But when I was looking at this cat, it was like her eyes was like this big. Off like on her head. So I looked at her and I jumped up out of the chair like, ah! Look, Lily is like, I'm tired of this bitch. So y'all, I'm screaming. So Jarrell comes running to the front to the dining room and he's
Like, the fuck is wrong with you? What? What is it?
so I'm like, what's wrong with Salem's eyes? Look at her eyes. So Jarrell is like,
What's wrong with what's wrong with her eyes?
so I'm like, what's wrong with it? I'm asking you, what's wrong with her eyes? He like,
Ain't nothing wrong with her eyes. You bugging. You tweaking. Go take a shower and go to bed.
so I'm like, nah, look at the cat eyes. Get that cat out of here. She's possessed. So Jarrell is like, yeah, you tweaking because you telling me to throw your cat out. You bugging the fuck out. Go take a shower, Kane. So I'm like, is something wrong with Salem's eyes? That's what I kept saying to him. So he picked Salem up, y'all. I still kept seeing it. The cat eyes is like this. Like, this is what I'm seeing. And I'm like, get that cat away from me. I'm bugging out. So he puts Salem down. He's like,
Let's go. Come on.
so he grabbed my hand, take me in the bathroom. He's like,
Get in the shower. Get in the shower. Wet your head, everything. Let the water just run on you.
And that's what I did. So when I got out the shower, he comes with the water bottle. So y'all, I'm looking at Jarrell. Jarrell had his glasses off because Jarrell wears glasses. Jarrell took his glasses off and he looked the same way as Salem. But it just looked weird, and his lips are really big, y'all. Like this was my tweak out from these eating 30 edible cookies. I start laughing, y'all. I think I laughed till like 7 in the morning. Jarrell was so pissed. Like, he was like,
Kane, shut the up. Shut up.
like, we're laying in bed, y'all, and I'm just laughing. I'm just laying in bed, and I'm just laughing, kicking my feet, like laughing. Jarrell was like,
Get the fuck out of here. I'm going on the couch. I'm going in the living room. I'm sitting in the living room because this don't make no sense. Like, I'm giving you a pass because I know you don't ate them fucking cookies. But I'm just saying, like, seriously. Like, enough is enough. I gotta go to work.
so I'm like, I don't care. I laughed to 7 in the morning, y'all. 7 in the morning. When I finally went to sleep, my mother and my father, because they was living in the A2, they called my phone and they needed me to drive them somewhere. Okay, I think it was a doctor's appointment or something. They needed my assistance, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is the aftermath. Like, my eyes were still red. I was tired. I was dead tired. Like, I was tired. I just could not. But I couldn't tell them. So I put my shades on. I'm in this car, mad. I'm pissed off, okay? I dropped Jarrell off to work. Jarrell is like, you should just go home and go back to sleep. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I drop him off. I go to my mother's house, and I'm just acting weird the entire time. My father is like,
what the hell is wrong with you? And why you got them big ass glasses on? Them big dark glasses. How can you see to drive?
So I'm like, oh, I could see. So my mother is like, you sure you're all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But y'all, I was hungover from them cookies. I was toast. I was toasted. So I called Dominique to see if Dominique was all right. Dominique was still asleep. Dominique was like, she laughed. She laughed the whole entire time, y'all. Like, and I'm just like, I did too. But I haven't had an edible maybe in about 4 months. Excuse me, Ma. Even though I'm grown, y'all, I still feel weird talking about this, in front of my mother. But 4 months, I think it's about 4 or 5 months, I had an edible, and I wasn't laughing how I was cracking the fuck up, y'all. I was. I think the cats were sick of me because the cats was looking at me like, "Fuck, it's so funny." But the person that gave me the edible, they know because they are edible. They're huge marijuana smoker. So, but that's my story time, y'all. This is a quick story time about my experience with marijuana edibles and, joints and stuff. I mean, I do not smoke at all no more because of my asthma. My asthma is out of control. When I say it gets out of control, it gets out of control. Like, it's bad, y'all. So that's the reason why I do not smoke cigarettes, marijuana, vapes, nothing. Y'all see this? That's how, I met the firefighter. Like, I needed to go to the hospital 26 times in 1 month, and some months have 30 days. So y'all see how this goes. But that's my story time. If you had an experience with edibles, some crazy edibles, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. I want to hear about your experience with some edibles or your first time smoking marijuana. Yeah, let me know what it was like for you, because y'all see what happened with me. My heart My heart seeped through my body some kind of way and was out here just okay, my body turned into Gumby. I was the Gumby, the black Gumby. But yeah, that's my story time, y'all. So if you like this video, this was a quick story time. If you like this quick story time, give this video a thumbs up. Put some comments below. Let me know about your experience. If you did not like this video, give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna put it here because sometimes when I put it on the community chat, some people don't see it. So I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna go live this week, this Friday, at 5 p.m. I'm gonna go live at 5 p.m. Friday, and we're gonna chat and vibe. So I appreciate every last one of y'all, all my subscribers, family members. Thank y'all for fucking with me the long way, because I fucks with y'all the long way. Okay, and I told y'all I'm dropping videos every single day. Okay, I suffer from insomnia, so my schedule is a little off. So that's why my videos be dropping late at night, because at nighttime I do not sleep. I don't know what it is. I do not sleep. I'm just up looking dumb. Okay, and then when I get up to record my videos before I go out, it's just all over the place. I gotta get my schedule together. So when I get my sleeping together, then I'll be good. I'll be good. Okay. So that's it, y'all. Y'all already know the vibe. Y'all already know how this goes. Y'all know how it ends my videos. Okay. If you outside, you at a barbecue, you about to have a fight, wherever you at, tell a friend to tell another friend to tell another motherfucking friend that the cane is on the fucking tube. Peace.